And President Trump's recent overture to North Korea has raised questions over how closely Washington is coordinating with Seoul. A senior U.S. security expert says alliance diplomacy must come first, including a Trump E-summit. Our foreign affairs correspondent Soo-young reports.
US President Donald Trump should meet President Lee Jae-myung before sitting down again with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and send Secretary of State Marco Rubio to Seoul immediately. That's according to the Vice Chairman of the America First Policy Institute and former White House National Security Council Chief of Staff Fred Fleitz speaking with ArirangNews.
Secretary Rubio needs to go to South Korea immediately and speak with the South Korean government to understand the situation and the success in our bilateral relations and how we can cooperate in dealing with North Korea.
In a recent article, Fleitz set out steps Washington should take before re-engaging Pyongyang. This follows Trump's surprise decision to cut the Uji Freedom Shield joint exercise from 11 days to 5 and reduce field training, raising concern in Seoul and Washington over alliance coordination.
The president's decision to partially roll back the joint exercises was a surprise, but it's worth noting that the U.S. has done this before on at least 3 occasions: the George H.W. Bush, the Clinton, and the Trump administration, while negotiations with North Korea were underway. The challenge with North Korea is much more difficult than during Trump's first term because of this Kim-Putin relationship. So, there's a lot to do here, and I think consultations with our allies is the most important first step.
Fleitz's article also proposes appointing a dedicated North Korea envoy and strengthening coordination with Japan and other regional partners. He also raised the need to clear obstacles to cooperation in nuclear-powered submarines, civilian uranium enrichment, and spent fuel reprocessing.
We also have to send our secretaries of commerce and energy to South Korea because, we have some issues in trade and our energy negotiations. I think President Trump has to talk to the U.S. government to find out why aren't we doing more to get these relationships, getting these agreements through.
Addressing Trump's criticism of Seoul's non-participation in the Iran war, Fleitz contrasted South Korea's response with European allies that denied Washington access to bases.
South Korea under President Lee has an extraordinary record in cooperating with the United States on security and trade matters. And whatever concerns the president has with South Korea not getting involved in the war in Iran, and many of our allies didn't get involved, this extraordinary record, I think, covers South Korea quite well.
Amid concerns over alliance strains, Foreign Minister Soo-young and Secretary Rubio in a phone call on Monday agreed to coordinate closely on North Korea, tariffs, investments and security, and meet soon for further talks. Soo-young, ArirangNews.